Hello everyone, my name's Rob Warner.
And I'm Eliot Jackson.
And this is Just Ride, the cycling podcast from Red Bull. Who have we got on today, Eliot?
We have Ronan Dunne.
Ronan Dunne, yes. Yeah, I mean, I love him.
Yeah,
I
he's
absolutely love him. He is absolutely full on. The way he approaches his racing. I remember him really the first time I set eyes on him, most people set eyes on him, was because he made a name for himself by literally doing insane, the wildest gaps possible at World Cup races. He learnt racecraft. He got really quick, actually, in a short space of time. And, you know, that commitment we saw in them early years, you still see now. Last year, he broke his pelvis. He broke his back at Red Bull Hardline, Tasmania. He comes back to win Leger, the biggest World Cup of the year from catastrophic injuries. That is a special talent.
Oh, man, I couldn't agree more. And I think the question that I have for him is, like, do you keep that mindset? Like, do you keep that wild man, just lay everything on the line? Yeah. You've had some injuries, like the consequences.
How does it not affect you?
How does it not affect you?
That's right. I don't think it does affect him because, in my opinion, this man is the commitment. That's my new name for him.
Is that an Irish film?
Yeah, an Irish film about Irish people from Dublin. It fits.
Okay, let's talk to the Irishman.
Welcome to Just Ride. Ronan Dunne, how are you, mate?
Yeah, not too bad. Cheers for having us.
Yeah, good. Thanks for coming in. How's the leg? Because you've
yeah, she's solid now. A bit of rebar in it, and yeah, it's a bit of scaffolding in the leg, and yeah, we're good to go. Well, nearly good to go, but yeah, she's getting there.
We'll talk about it in a bit, I'm sure.
Yeah, what happened? Tell us.
Yeah, about 8 weeks ago, I think it was a pre-season race in Thomas's Stack, and then boys had a sick pre-season race, like insane track. And yeah, little pre-season race just on race day of it, kind of. And I think second practice run, just dabbed my foot. The foot got stuck in the ground, between the ground and pedal, and then just went bang. So pretty simple as that. Didn't really, just felt like he dabbed the foot like I think all mountain bikers do constantly. Yeah. But this time my leg just got stuck. And
bit of bad luck then, really.
Yeah, it's kind of a definitely unfortunate one. I would have, if I actually crashed in the turn, like wouldn't have been bad because it wasn't like really a major section. Like, I probably should have just, instead of dabbing, just
later over.
Yeah, literally committed.
I mean, that's a crazy thing to think about, though. Like, if I dab my foot, I might break my leg, so I'm gonna just take a dive.
I should have just taken it on the shoulder, and I would have been sweet. So it's just unfortunate where the kind of the bank and the whole turn, and then since it was a fast section, it was kind of enough. Yeah, everything was perfect.
And you knew you'd done it there and then, did you?
Yeah. I like.
You showed us the video. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Hey, you didn't crash at all. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's like it didn't crash. So like at least I have that. Like, there's nothing to be scared of because I didn't crash. It's not. It's just more. Knew straight away because I felt obviously heard the noise and felt the whole.
You heard it go bang. You can hear it on the video.
Yeah, I heard it go bang.
I had to walk off.
It's like, did I get a puncture? Blow with black tire or something?
Oh my God.
I'm laughing because as you're telling the story, you just had this big smile on your face.
You'd cry if you didn't smile.
And your foot kind of 180. Right?
Yeah, so obviously I heard it bang and then watched it dance. So I was
But I mean, I was gonna start somewhere else, but I think it might be interesting for us to talk a little bit about like injury and downhill because it's like it's such a part of the game, and like you've had these ones where you've gotten injured and then had to come back and came back and stuff like that. Like, what has been some of the hardest ones for you?
Yeah, it's been tricky enough. Well, really, because like before 2024, I was actually never injured. Like I never broke a bone.
Really?
I think I never missed a World Cup ever, like start ever, like my whole career. Even racing as a kid, I don't think I missed anything. So I was actually quite injury free. I had big crashes, but I think I could take them. And then 24, I had that big crash in Tassie. And I kind of like knew that was going to come. I think I said it on a podcast, honestly, 2 weeks before. I was like, I can feel it. And then I felt it for sure after that. That was kind of like a bit easier to accept because I was like, okay, it's the first. I was kind of due. You can't go your whole career without being injured. I didn't even miss a World Cup that year. And then I think in 25, it would have been 25, I had that injury in Tassie. And then I missed one World Cup that season just because I bruised my kidney, liver, one of those in there.
I heard it was liver.
Yeah, liver. Yeah, I think it was liver. Yeah. Bruised that, but I only missed one race and then had a hard line. So and then I was kind of like, okay, that's at least my injuries kind of out of the way, and you can kind of like, because it's mountain biking, you're guaranteed to get injured. It's not a sport you're not really going to get injured. And then this one was kind of, I felt like I didn't really deserve this one because
Yeah.
it wasn't even a crash. It was not even like a World Cup. And it wasn't even like a section that was important. It was literally like a section to a section. It was like something you're just cruising at. So that's kind of why this one definitely sucked. But then at least on like the upside, hopefully next season when I don't get injured, it'll be a really easy season because I've come into 2 years now of injuries both at the start. So, and then it also makes the comeback feel even better. Like even last year, winning the J or coming back with those good results, it makes it feel so much nicer after coming back what you had to do. So yeah, it's and then also it's sometimes, it's not ideal, but it's part of the game, I suppose.
I mean, well, I was gonna say like the one in Red Bull Hardline Tasmania came back like a big injury in your hip, and like you said, it was the first big one you had. Like, what was the process like? Did you have to kind of was it more difficult mentally or physically?
And what were the injuries were massive, right?
That one I broke my pelvis. Thankfully, I didn't do any damage to the hip joint because that's definitely big injury. But yeah, it broke the whole iliac crest, but somehow it didn't. It was like the muscle was all attached. So it actually healed really quick. I think like I was back riding within 7 weeks, which was like.
Were you really?
Yeah, which was way.
And that wasn't the only break though. Was
yeah,
it?
I broke my collarbone and then fractured some bits of my back. But
just to get to the bottom of the injuries,
Yeah,
no, but it was just to actually highlight how phenomenal it was for you to come back like you did last year, which I couldn't believe after them injuries, really.
Yeah, it was a good like 3 round. Like the back one was like scary in the sense, but it wasn't that healed. That was like pretty chill. It was more just the doctor's like, you can say you
broke your back,
you fractured your back or broke your back, but it's really not that bad. And then the collarbone, I think everyone has broken their collarbone. So I was like, I felt like I was missing out nearly at that. So I was like, I have to get the scar to show I'm a mountain biker.
Yes.
Like it's like, what's the point if I can't show it? So that one was actually just, that was fine. And then they was just waiting for everything healed pretty well. It was kind of, the process was a bit weird because obviously never actually breaking a bone. You didn't have that. What doctors to go to, and then but then thankfully,
and you were in Tasmania.
Yeah, that was definitely the tricky part, was being in Tassie. So
you got home. Did you get home a bit quicker than you should?
I just signed myself out.
You literally?
No way.
Well, I like
earlier than you should.
Yeah,
just to get home.
They were like, oh, you could do the surgery here, but then I was kind of like, I just want to get home and.
That's pretty wild.
Yeah,
that's a long way from home, isn't it?
Yeah, but like, it was. The painkillers took me home. I think they did the job. But yeah, it was that was definitely tough. But then thankfully, like obviously with the APC and Red Bull, it was actually they kind of took care of everything. And then it was rehab was pretty sweet. And then went to the APC for about 2 weeks, worked away there, and then we were good to go. And then obviously got to the first World Cup sweep. So it was like tough, but it was more of just like a good experience, I suppose.
Yeah, I mean it's so. I didn't think about that, like when you talk about the doctors and stuff like that, because as a professional athlete, like top of the sport, you've been coming up and you're like, oh, this is my guy here, this is my doctor here. Like, was there anything else that was kind of like unexpected, I guess, being injured that you didn't?
That was kind of the main thing, was just really like obviously having Red Bull was perfect, amazing. But then you're still at home, you still need someone to just go get a scan.
Yeah,
like because even going to get a scan, you're waiting in. At like the A&E for 3-4 hours before you can get scanned. You're just sitting there and like a public, like, so even those small things that even like before you can go to Red Bull, because it's like it's just like that small process. But then obviously now once it's kind of handy when you get to know that.
It's handy when you get to know your surgeons.
Yeah, nearly. Yeah,
you just get on the phone. I had one I could get on the phone.
Yeah, well, that's what I was gonna say. Like I always thought about it. Like I have my race team, but then I've got my my body team.
Yeah, you nearly. Yeah,
medical team.
Right? Like, totally.
At home as well, because and then obviously it was so much easier. Yeah, coming back to Salzburg to go to the APC, then it just got so much easier then. So yeah.
So okay, I would love to, because you talked a little bit about like how you've had some crashes and stuff like that, and the way I would love to get into that is like to kind of go back to you growing up. Like you grew up. I want to know. The times I've seen you, anytime I see you in like a field, you're like doing donuts or like finding a track, like driving, like
being slightly out of control.
What was it like, where did that come from? Like, what made you who you are? Like, tell us about your upbringing in Ireland.
I think it was just being brought up in a farm.
Yeah,
it's kind of the main thing, because like your parents are so busy working, and then also they know like you're safe. You're kind of doing dangerous stuff
You
safely,
can't-
I think.
You're just
They
like,
kind of give
can
you
do whatever you
yeah,
want.
you could like on your own land, like you're kind of blessed to just be able to do.
Space is incredible.
Yeah,
isn't it?
you can just do what you want because
Yeah.
like you can't hurt anyone else but yourself. So it's kind or unless your brother or any friends that come over. But like it's in that sense, you're not going to get to the public wise. Like, and we've always had like motorbikes. We did trials for about like motor trials for about 5-6 years.
Okay.
What,
Like
competitively?
yeah, like I did that in Ireland a good bit, and then
So that's where some of your skills come from.
yeah, that's kind of like the slow technical stuff I kind of like just because of the trials background. But then we just blew engines. Like I was only on like 50 to 80 cc class, but
I
we
can
just
imagine this.
yeah, we just destroyed pistons. Yeah, and it's because I always just rode them like motocross bikes, and then
Sure.
yeah, we just had bikes, and then obviously like just random other bits of machinery like.
Like what? What kind of farming were your parents doing?
So we have a racehorse farm, so they're like
Okay.
yeah.
I've heard about this.
Yeah, but like
Actually, you breed racehorses.
Yeah,
What? How big are these horses? Then massive.
yeah, they're fairly
get
big.
on 'em?
No, God no.
You
They're-
never-
Really?
I
You
could-
don't ever
no
ride them.
way.
I haven't rode a horse since I was probably about 9.
Why?
They can just kill you.
Dangerous.
They
They're
kick you.
if he's saying they're dangerous,
no,
can you
I-
imagine how
I
dangerous
feel
they
the
are?
same. I always
And you
think
fall. You're falling already from about 2 meters. It's
Yeah.
like yeah.
Can I ask you this?
But yeah.
Is it true that your house, you've got a fridge full of horse semen, different horse semen?
You can come over and check yourself.
Is it true? Like, is it true or not?
Well, it's racehorses, so
So you keep
Yeah.
you keep the semen and like impregnate it in other horses.
like
and all that. Is that's
I
breeding
think
horses.
I think it's like AI insemination. They call it. It's I don't understand it, but
AI insemination.
like artificial.
so you can like
yeah, I know what
breed
AI
the
means.
yeah.
I thought you meant like AI.
Well, that's what I thought you meant.
yeah, okay.
Rob-
okay,
So it is on
okay.
me.
Rob's thinking
see.
ChatGPT.
Yeah,
again.
that's
Yeah, I was like, how does that get involved?
Yes, sir.
This conversation's took a turn for the worse.
But yeah, that's the family business. But then also, yeah, like
No way. So how did
well, then my dad's also he has a veterinary clinic as well for like obviously small animals and then all the way up to big animals.
would they have preferred maybe you did show jumping than mountain bike downhill racing? How are they with all these massive injuries,
They
mate?
didn't
Are they all
seem
right?
To be fair, when I first got injured, my dad was like pretty shook. He was like not stoked. But then this one, because like obviously he's like old classic Irish farmer. So, and I think he's had some pretty horrific injuries in his like
What,
life.
horse racing himself? Or?
I actually don't know, just machinery. I
No
think he
way.
tried paragliding once.
No
and then,
way.
but then also, like I remember with my leg, he's like, yeah, I smashed my femur once and had a 10-hour long surgery and I was on the farm the next week and that made me feel like a
Starting to,
Yeah.
the picture's starting to
So-
fill out now.
yeah, so I was like, okay, then, yeah. But, so it's,
Really?
he
Is
was
that
a bit
how
more
it is?
chill this time around. But, like, I think, yeah, as long as they see you're kind of chill afterwards, you're not shook or you're kind of not, like, it's really affected you, I suppose, in the head-wise, then they're chill. But, yeah, like, and they've always seen us kind of as the kids just getting milled by ourselves. So it's only fair, to be fair.
So Ronan, in the edit that you have coming up, you have this really cool little K truck, and I feel like you always have these awesome little shuttle vehicles.
Yeah, so that's my mate Andy Watson's, and we do uplifts with him quite often as well. But none of us really have pickup trucks, and that's kind of the little tiny Kia. We call it tuk-tuk truck. Like it probably fits 2 bikes, but we make it fit 6 or 7, and it's like 2 seats in the front, and you'll pile in like 3 lads. And I think it's like a 3-cylinder, like maybe 600cc. But yeah, it's savage little yoke, and so we use that for the edit obviously because it's super cool. And then we've had some pretty cool other pickup trucks. I like this old yellow Nissan that I gave to my mate after nearly writing him off. And then I also have
What did you do?
just a cool drift, but nobody else thought it was cool. And then I have our old Ford Courier down in New Zealand, like a
Yeah, I
97
see that.
one.
Yeah.
And I think I bought it for €1,000, maybe €1,500, and it's sitting in a field at the bottom of Cornet Peak, just waiting for me.
No way. Is that what you just left it?
Yeah, I was like a lad, and you just pay him, and he just lets you leave it in the
That's
field.
so
So
cool.
No
yeah,
way.
so that thing is a banger. Like it's
Yeah,
I
that's
think a few people have heard that it just backfires throughout Queenstown, but it's great. So that's kind of a shuttle rig as well, and then so we've few cool pickups there. So But hopefully that lasts for a bit longer.
When did you start riding mountain bikes?
When I was 12, I think I started riding. 12, 13.
You didn't ride mountain bikes till you were 12?
Yeah, like we always rode bicycles around the farm, like making like random little jumps, like as kids do. But like we didn't actually like get a mountain bike till I was probably at 12, 13 and actually ride proper tracks. And that was kind of, and then, yeah, just only rode it for the crack really. Like it wasn't, there was no dreaming of being I didn't even know like racing existed, I think.
Is there much of a scene around where you live? And who, like, have you got,
yeah,
did you like ride, who did you ride with? How did you kind of get going and get so fast?
I think it was one of our neighbors, Matt Jarvis, kind of brought us out, like just a neighbor, and he was big into it. He was from the UK, so he kind of brought us out biking. And yeah, that kind of just got us stoked in it. But then there wasn't much of a scene too much in Ireland. Like there was obviously racing and stuff, but it was so small. And then I think when
gone away a little bit because there was a lot of top
like
Irish riders when I was. That's
yeah,
right,
in the 90s
racing.
it was
and
huge.
And then you and the Shin have brought it back.
Yeah, and it kind of like dipped quite a lot. And then I suppose we were starting Enduro was at its peak, and Greg Callahan was winning, and he was like top dog. And that was like kind of seeing that. I think we've seen the Enduro World Series in Carrick, and that was kind of like that made us
fired you up.
Yeah, that's pretty stoked. And then I started racing just like national downhill series and the Enduro series, and then just got buzzing for it really. And then obviously, and then the scene kind of exploded in Ireland. I think there's the bike park in Dublin opened up, and then that kind of like really opened up. And then,
did it? Yeah.
Yeah. Now the scene's, I'd say, it's really good.
Huh.
Like the scene is
because you got big mountains. You got a video coming out. I saw. We had a look at it with you and your mum. Like
we've got like it's pretty similar to like Wales size mountains. Like they're not massive, like obviously here in the Alps, but they do the job. Like you're great for enduro riding. You get short downhill tracks, but like it's
enough.
Yeah, it's not like it's flat. It's nothing to use. Like before, I think we used it as an excuse nearly, like for not doing well. It's like, oh, we don't have mountains. But now we actually can't use the excuse. We do like if you really need to go train, you will go away. But it's enough to do the job you need to at home, and it's great. Like it's hard riding. Like it's harsh. Like it's cold. It's Summer's actually great, but it is usually hard.
Wet.
Yeah, like similar to
tree roots.
Yeah, similar to what they have in Wales. Maybe just but no, it does the job.
Yeah.
Rob mentioned your video coming out.
Oh yeah.
It's kind of cool. Like reminded me of two things. Like one reminded me of like seeing Stevie Smith and like his mom shuttling, and then like same with me. Like that's how I used to ride. Like my mom would just take me up the hill, and I just do runs. Like even as an elite. Were your parents always pretty involved? Like your mom kind of?
Yeah, my mom was she was super involved. Obviously, because my dad's just flat out. He's just like he loves the biking and all, but he literally running a farm and a veterinary clinic.
Yeah.
He'll say
he's busy enough.
Yeah, he is flat out.
He's an actual vet, man. That's mad.
Yeah,
isn't it?
so he's flat out
job
with that.
that is.
But then my mom, she loves the bikes as well. So she does. I think probably during like the usual winter at home, maybe 4 or 5 times a day or 5 times a week, we'll do uplifts.
That's
no
great.
Yeah,
way.
for about 2 hours each day.
No way.
Yeah, like do, I don't know, 12 to like 14 runs because the track's quite small, so you need to do quite a lot. It's not like you can do like a half day and do long tracks. You need to do a fair bit. And
you definitely, it feels like you do more downhill runs than almost any other downhiller, right?
I'd
is
like
that
to-
because, do you think because of the repetitive you need to do in Ireland?
yeah, I think so. Since the tracks are quite short, you just want to, you need to do, like the track's only 1 minute long. So you're going to want to do like, I don't know, 14 runs to make it like you've done, make it like you've done 7 runs in somewhere
No,
else.
that adds up, doesn't it?
Like if you only do 7 or like 8 runs on a 1 minute track, you're just fooling yourself. Like if you have so like it's really, but also it is when my mom's available as well.
Yeah,
but like
sure.
she's been super, like that's kind of the main thing. And then obviously there's a few lads I'll ride with home as well, and we'll do uplifts, but it's my mom's still kind of the main one. And then obviously I'll go down to New Zealand for like the January, February months to do a proper block of training and just really hammer it out. But when you're home, it's enough to do, like to tip away and keep, like I wouldn't say you're progressing like crazy when you're at home, but you're kind of, you're holding that speed and that kind of skill for sure.
I want to talk a little bit about this because like culturally in mountain biking, I've always thought it's weird. Like coming from motocross, you would ride your motocross bike every day.
Yeah.
And like that's what you did because that's your sport. But in mountain biking, it feels like people like don't like riding their downhill bike.
That's what I've been kind of figuring out as well. Like we do, like but we don't train half as hard as those boys. And I've always wondered why. Like in the gym, yeah, we do, but like no, like when you see the motor boys go to a track, they're like working. Most of the time, the boys rock up to the bike park and you do 8 laps. And you're like, whew,
Yeah.
feeling that. And it's like, really
and,
didn't do that.
It's like
we didn't-
10 minutes riding.
Yeah, like
when you actually
I don't really
take it apart.
I still think mountain biking's definitely lacking on that side of like the actual training. Like it's not. Yeah, it doesn't seem like people like the motocross boys. What they get like 3 weeks off or something.
Well,
And
I
then
suppose the argument is, do you feel that you can get strong enough to win World Cup races like by spending that much time on your bike and not in the gym? Because a lot of the competition, they
to go
like
to
literally live in the
both,
gym, don't they?
really.
A lot of them.
I just got to do both. And like obviously at the start of the off season, you don't need to be lapping every day and you kind of hammer in the gym work. But then like the January and February, that's when I kind of like to be doing peak riding, like before that kind of hardline time. And then also I look at it as well. When you get it, like if you do get injured, you can kind of rely, right, I've done hundreds of laps. So I've put in the work. So at least that's why I felt helped me kind of in 25 when I had that injury. It's like, okay, 7 weeks off, but I've literally done so much that I could.
It's in you.
It's like it was still, obviously you still come into the races a little bit behind, like obviously with certain weeks off. But yeah, I feel like, and it's also like, what else? We're paid to ride a bike, so what else am I gonna do? Like,
What?
I'm not like
You never get like you went to Chambéry, didn't you, last year?
Yeah.
And you did a lot of runs. You never on the world's track. You never feel that you're going to go stale, like you over practice on a track, because that was something I don't know about you. Like there's a point where you're still like buzzing and excited, and then you go beyond that, and it just becomes a bit routine or something.
That one was actually
Not for you, it don't become routine the way you ride.
That one was funny because like I did ride that track quite a lot because like that was like right, I'm using this block because like I feel like the summer break everyone kind of chills out a little bit, so I was like right, I'll use this to nearly catch up with everyone because I still never really had time to like train or like get back to it. But the funny thing with that track is I was like doing timed runs quite a lot, and I think my fastest timed run was the same as my race time, maybe even a little bit quicker. So I actually went, obviously the track was rough and I had different tape, but I went just as fast by myself on the hill.
That's incredible.
And I think that may have screwed me a small bit because I got into quite a comfy, like my race run, I felt like super chill, like great run, really happy with it.
Too familiar almost. No?
Nearly too familiar. I didn't get out of my comfort zone, and I like put the GoPros side by side, and they were like obviously tiny bit, but they weren't even, never changed a meter between a run by myself and my World Champs run because maybe I got a little bit too cozy, but I mean, I still can't complain with third at all. So it's like,
third place speed, just ticking them off.
But I'm still super stoked. But like, it's nearly like I got so cozy, and I nearly just because I rode that track so much, and it was like you're kind of just because it's such a bobsled track. It's not. There's not a lot of sections that nearly like snap you out of reality. You can get into flow state quite easily onto it because it's just like bang, like it's so fast.
You are one of the people that maybe is able to translate like how hard the sport is by how many runs you do, because everyone's done like a run at a bike park. So like when you go to Queenstown, maybe explain like actually how many runs you're doing on that bike park and what the trails are like.
Yeah, like usual week I'll try ride 4 to 5 times a week, and then maybe take like 2 days off or like have a trail like enduro ride or something. And I just aim to do like 12 to 14 runs each day, and then like and then maybe just I'll pick a track and stick on it maybe for a day or two, just till you get like start to like max out, and then you kind of back off so you don't. Yeah, as you said, you don't get into that kind of cozy phase because you have so many tracks to choose from there. It's quite easy to. Yeah, you can literally jump to track and really practice different things.
And I think like that is interesting too, because I think a lot of people it's much different going and doing 12, 14 runs and just with no goal, like nothing or whatever.
Yeah, like you always have a goal kind of in mind. And then when we were testing with RockShox, when we're testing, you do big shifts. And I think we're doing like 17 runs a day, literally like
that's crazy.
9 in the morning till I think the lift shuts at 7. And just all day, like you don't really take lunch, just because if you have guys testing there with you don't want to waste their time. And they were stoked as well to see me doing that many runs because like sometimes they're like, oh, we go do test weeks, and the riders can't be bothered. They go sit on their phone, and it's like, and you're like, well,
that will happen though.
Yeah, you don't want to waste their time as well, and you want to get the most. Like it's hard. It's not all the time you have like those techs there, so you really want to get as much.
And it's a race, isn't it? Like anything you can do there, you probably haven't got to do on a World Cup weekend when you're really up against it. Like
it makes it so much easier. Like down the line, and it also makes you. I think it's so rewarding as well when it makes you feel like you've done
makes you feel confident.
Yeah, you've done like a proper day's work. You're not like, oh, I feel chill. Like I like to come out with like the bike park day feeling like broke up really.
Yeah.
And then obviously the next day you might feel it, but like it's I just enjoy that, like
To be bad.
to make it feel like you're going to, like, you know, in the motor boys, they go to a track, they like it's not like just rocking the bike. I don't know, I just like to feel it like you're going there and doing a proper day's, and then obviously I have great crack doing it as well. It's not like it doesn't feel like a chore at all. It's
Totally.
doing laps all day.
I always felt, I mean, like when I was racing, I always felt the same. Like would go to Queenstown and just like do like 12 runs a day. You're like getting faster and faster, and like it feels like work, but it feels good.
Yeah, it's real, not like it feels so. Yeah, that's kind of my favorite thing. It makes it feel like a job, but then obviously you're not getting like the job.
Yeah.
Terrible part. You're like, and then obviously
heading into the office.
Just a good bit.
Yeah, you're not sitting in the office, but like you're really working. You're not. So.
Yeah. So I want to talk a bit about your riding style. Everyone kind of knows you as this, as in your words, winter helicopter.
Yeah.
So
definitely kind of backed up, I think, a little bit, because
I thought it would be interesting to, and you give me a second to wind this all up because I have your results here. And I think it's so wild. So you, like, in 2019 you were junior still, and then 2020 like had off because of COVID. And so
How did you go in juniors?
Shocking.
Did you? Because I don't
qualified.
remember ever really. I don't remember.
Never qualified.
Before we came on, I said to Eliot, like, what did he do in juniors?
Knew me.
Did he just appear in 2021, 22?
And then I tried maybe talk to.
Is that right? You were a terrible junior. Sorry, I didn't mean to put words in your mouth.
No, like I like to think
you didn't qualify.
I like to think I definitely had the potential, but it's not like I was like the other juniors. I'd only go to Morzine for a week or 2 weeks every year, and then we didn't have any bike parks and also I didn't and I didn't really do half as much runs. And on the bike I was riding was one of those, like, it was from Vitus, like it was a really nice brand. They hooked me up, but it was a catalog bike.
It's an Irish bike, though, isn't it?
Yeah, so like they did more enduro bikes and e-bikes, and then they had their downhill bike, which was a catalog bike. So the same, like, I think any of those bikes you can buy in China.
Yeah.
So same as like a KHS, I think.
Yeah.
So the thing was the same from 2013 or 14.
Sure.
So and then everyone was on 29ers and I was still on 27 because the bike didn't, and everything was just like the lowest spec. You go to a race, I think, with maybe one set of wheels. I think literally I raced, was just me and my multi-tool. And like I was always close.
You raced World Cup on that bike.
Yeah, like I was always like 21st or 22nd. Like I was super close, but yeah, like it was just the world was against me. I only raced World Cups because I could, because like you just could show up really, and you had to. So why not? And like I definitely did not have like the experience, so that's why. But it was great crack.
And were you into it at this point? Like, were you?
Oh yeah, like I wanted to be a pro.
You wanted to,
I really wanted to be a pro. Like
yeah.
I'd walk around the pits and just like maybe try say a word to one of the pros, but stutter and then just run off. Like, and it wasn't even that long ago. So it's kind of that's why I find it so funny when I'm like chatting to Loic or those boys.
Yeah.
It's just because like
young Ronan was at the pit,
just
like,
drooling over them. So like it's so that's why I really wanted to be pro, but there was nothing pro about me. So and then definitely had like a bit more of a raw style, I think. But
you had a raw style. I remember first time I probably really noticed you. Well, everyone noticed you was because you were known as like the gap sender, weren't you? And like
you had to
21, 22 in Snowshoe, you were just starting to send, and I was like, how's this?
I think 21 would be my first year racing elites, and then and then 22 I got a podium in Snowshoe.
So, okay, I want to read this off because I think it's like
sorry,
no, that's good.
Right.
I didn't know about the junior career. It's like I think a lot of people know you as you are now, like consistent podium rider, winner, like you have that style, you're incredible on the bike, but your like rise was so quick that I think maybe a lot of people missed it. So it was like
meteoric.
Totally. Like in 2021, you got 29th, 17th, great result, 34th, and then you DNF'd, didn't qualify, DNF 57th. Yeah. And that was your year. And then in 2022, you didn't qualify, 30th, didn't qualify, 42nd. Yeah. And then you go to Snowshoe and get 5th in qualifying and 4th in the final. Wow. And then since then, it's been like top 10s.
I think I got 16th then, which was like my second best result at Montana. And then, so
What bike were you on in those early
I
years?
was
Then?
on
Were you on a
a-
team and everything?
yeah, I was on Nuke Proof.
Nuke Proof,
So
were you?
it was like Nuke Proof Continental team. And
Yeah.
So like I had support. Like my first year in 21, I did pay for my own bike, and it was like chill. Like it was only a start of kind of a setup, but like a chill program. But that year, like if I qualified for one race, I would have been stoked. So like even
Dude, I
getting,
can't believe we're getting into it, but like it's mad to think how far you've come.
Yeah, no,
like, since
totally.
2000,
Yeah, like,
4 or
so-
5 years. It's insane.
like even when I was coming into like a first year elite, like some of the first year elites now, they're coming in like ASA winning.
Yeah,
I was coming in just
He's
hoping.
not bad, is he?
I was literally just coming in hope to qualify.
Yeah, totally.
And like when I did qualify, I think it was Leogar, my first one. That was me. I could have like never qualified again. I would have been over the moon. That was like my goal already done.
Yeah.
And then to get a top 30, I couldn't get. And then obviously legitimated after with the top 20. I was like, this is.
Things are going.
And then
my life.
the season was already a win. Like then the rest of the no qualifies. Yeah, that was me just already over the moon. So it's like.
Did you start to feel it in like? Obviously, there's always. I think the results paint this really nice picture because like even that first year you had that flash of speed with the 17.
Yeah.
And
it kind of went down then.
Yeah, but like in practice you could always see it. Like you ask anyone in the pits, they'd be like Ronan Dunne is insane.
Yeah.
Like, and then it
Sending
wouldn't
everything.
translate. Yeah.
He's
like,
out of his mind.
No, I think I was just missing the racecraft then.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, you had the speed and definitely had the balls for
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, and then like I was just then I was like, also you want to get known as well, so I did. That's why I was like, right, there's a few, but then also there was a few gaps that I was just like, I'm kind of surprised nobody's actually doing these at a World Cup. Like it makes obviously, and then I found out they were
world's best.
Then they were no faster because I was getting like a massive head bomb.
Yes.
looking up, and I was like, why is Loic not doing this? Just fishtailing like.
Where was that? I remember
Lenzerheide, it was like I think Lenzerheide was one of the gnarliest ones I did. It was like the steep section.
You were into the gaps for a bit.
Yeah,
there,
it's
dude.
like in Lenzerheide, there's like that steep section, probably for that whale tail jump. I think.
Yeah, but you
But
come out on that.
Yeah, but you could. There was a gap that me and Brayton used to do from the top.
Oh my goodness!
And even I looked at it. I looked at
this.
it last year, and I was like, what the? I was like, I'm not. I wouldn't do. I wouldn't even do that now. Like maybe I could, but I was like, no. What idiot would do that? Because it didn't make much sense. It was like off on the wide line. It was only like 15 feet, but it was like, it was the weirdest.
Consequences are quite serious if you got that wrong.
And
there.
it was like into a steep section you had to brake, and I was just like, But like it helped for getting known because everyone got stoked. Because like at the end of the day, we're here to put on a show, even if it's a show for the other riders because they're the only ones who've seen it. I was like, I get to show off in front of all my heroes. So yeah, I'm 100%.
I remember Snowshoe in 2022 so much because you were going so incredibly fast in practice, and then it was like you continued to back it up. It was like practice went insane, and it was like if Ronan stays up, he's like on for a good result. And then you backed it up with a 5th in qualifying.
Yeah, but everyone was like, no chance, no way.
That's a one and done. That will never happen again. And then you backed it up like even further with a 4th. Talk me through that weekend.
That's still probably like higher than like even nearly as high as the World Cup win. Like just because nobody believed in me. I didn't even believe myself. Like no, I don't think like you could look at the Instagram comments like, oh, you got this. Guaranteed they're back of the phone like, no way, this thing. Like like that one there was like I was nearly hoping I'd get a puncture before the start break because I was that nervous. Like I was like, I hope something just breaks in this bike before the start line because there's no way I can do this. But yeah, somehow that was like, I didn't even really like snowshoe track because it was kind of flat and just, I don't know why it suited me because it nearly about carrying speed and I'm usually terrible at that.
Nasty.
Yeah, but it was so slimy and nasty and it was just, it was that hard. It just played in my favorite.
Really technical, isn't it? Like with that, when it's wet, it's horrendous. I can't believe how
it was
almost risky it is.
Oh, it's just horrific. Like it was just rock with slime on it. But it's just like, that was still like, even now I'd be stoked. Like getting a 4th is stoked. And then I can only imagine then when my best result previously was like a top 20. So it was that was a pretty insane week. And then after that, it kind of like just even getting a top 20 after it, like in a dry, consistent week was like still over the moon. So it was that was a pretty cool week because like I don't think anyone really actually thought I could do it, which was even like all my mates there. They're like, no ways. You're gonna hold on to the rig. There's just no way. I think even there's a video of like Andy Cole was on the hot seat, and it was like, I think when it first came up with green in his face, and he was just like, it was pretty funny.
That was I feel like that was one of the, like, to me, like one of the special moments in the sport was like seeing you do that. Do you think it set you up a little bit to have that mindset of like, oh, I need to just go for it?
Yeah, I think so as well. It was just nice to know that like I could do it. But then I was like, even after I was like, that's a fluke for sure. There ain't no way that, like, I still didn't fully believe in myself, like, even after that, because it still was a one-off result at Snowshoe, which is like a particularly hard track. So I was like, right, enjoy that time, because that probably never gonna happen again. So it was,
Did you really? Yeah.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, like it's still like, but it definitely, and then no, actually, kind of. But then also the race after, which is Montserrat, and then Worlds was in the J after that, and I think I had another top 16. So I was 2 16ths back, and then Hardline happened, and then that kind of made just made me a bit more appealing, I think, to sponsors as well, having somewhat consistent results already.
Yeah. What was it like? I mean, for you to go from that year and then you get on Red Bull, get on Mondraker, like, again, like next year you start doing even better and stuff.
Yeah, I think that year, like 24 that was kind of like, I feel like the proper starting of my career, really, just because I actually went down to New Zealand to put in the work, and then obviously, like, winning my first World Cup and then getting sponsored by Red Bull is kind of like, I'm wearing similar kit than I am now. Is like, that felt like a real proper, and then obviously with Mondraker being a factory team, like, we really kind of put in the work, and it was just, it kind of showed what difference, like, that's why I felt like I actually showed the difference between being on a like semi-privateer program to like a factory team, and then just how much it jumped. And then I got 4th in the overall that year, which, coming from, I think the previous was maybe top 15 or something. It was like,
it's mad that you kind of fitted right in there, though, right? Like, you were there. You know what I mean? You needed to be on a factory team.
Yeah,
at that
and
point.
then like then I could really tell myself, right, you belong to be here. And it's kind of like,
did it give you confidence then as well?
Definitely when you have a Red Bull helmet, you're like looking in the mirror, like, yeah, you the man. like you can like, or like I remember like the first week riding with it, I seen a video, I was like, no way. Did
you really?
Yeah, like, it's just weird to see. And then like after a while, you're like, then you can tell yourself, like, right, you actually, like, I think that's the main thing, is kind of telling yourself, right, you actually do kind of belong with these boys. So it's pretty, but then also like, it still is like, even last season or this season, like, it still is like, because it wasn't even like 4 or 5 years ago, like, you never even imagine, or less. It's always still good to like pinch yourself, kind of like, and just be grateful, I suppose, where you are, because I think it's so easy nowadays to be like, oh no, I'm the fucking dog's bollocks, and then you snap your leg and get down to earth. It's good to be, kind of be grateful, I suppose.
What do you, when you were saying like you've kind of had to back off that mindset, and you talked a little bit about the racecraft, like, what's your approach now?
Like, so in 24, I think when I won Poland, I was like, I had a mindset, like, literally, I would happily get, like, because I knew I could win, or like, I knew I could easily get a podium, like, with the semifinals, the qualities, everything just was like a top 3 or top 5. So I was like, I can definitely, and then I was like, I know I could, I've seen Loic's time, and I was just like, I can do it. I could, like, and then I really had that mentality to do it. And then that season was going well. I was like pretty like aggressive with my riding, but then also I think, but everyone was like still like, oh, wild man. But I think in 24, I was the most consistent rider with every timed result. So it was quite nice to show myself, actually, like, as much as you want to be like the wild man, that the results showed otherwise. And then 25, I think I was like, what was I? Struggling a bit at the start, obviously, kind of come back from injury. I had like a 6th place, like some all right results, but then I was like, right, let's just hang off it. I think it was Latuile, like, just like, literally, we need a podium, because
do you make a mental switch in this? Like, is it a different? Do you go to the start hut with a slight, on a day like that, with a different approach to other days?
I'd like to try to be real aggressive on my runs. That's kind of like the plan. Just really hype yourself up, and kind of just
what does hyping yourself up involve?
A lot of these bad boys, and then,
does it really?
Yeah, and then like a mixture of like, just I like to think of being aggressive. Like, really out of the gate just gets me kind of the mood. But then I kind of started to notice when I watched the runs back, it didn't look like, I felt like I was being really aggressive and like nearly loose. And then I looked back and I was like, this looks like really chill. Like it looks like, and I think even a few of the boys are saying like, it just doesn't look as, obviously the results are there, which is nice.
Yeah.
And it just doesn't look too bad, or it didn't feel like runs I had to risk my life. And then, I had La Tuile where I was like, right, go for it. And then I actually went home in a helicopter, which is
Not ideal.
But it was nearly good because I've been saying helicopter glory, and you can easily say that, but I actually went home and then won the next race. So it was
Sure.
technically I backed it up, which is like
only you can.
at least
to
I
be
said
honest,
like at
I
least like
Committed.
like if you're gonna say that, you have to back like
Sure.
somebody's gonna call bullshit on that for sure. And
Yeah.
then you're like, actually, I have the
he's
photo of
real.
the helicopter.
He is real.
I went home. But yeah, going home in a helicopter isn't the coolest thing. So, but then after like Leger, I felt like I was like after a good block, I felt like I was riding myself, or like riding more like myself, and it just felt, I felt like I was riding really good. And then obviously Worlds, we had Lenzerheide, I got top 4, and that race felt like I just had to cruise down. It didn't feel like I was going that hard, and I got top 4, and that was kind of like a real opening for me.
It's a nice feeling, right?
Yeah, and then and then we had Montana at the end of the year, which I felt great, but that was a very touchy subject. That one, that stung. So, yeah.
How do you think about competition? Like, how do you think about the other people that you're racing against?
Like, obviously, you want to, like, of course, you just want to beat everyone, but it's more the time, I think. I never look at the name. Like, I usually like to look at the list, like the timing before I drop in sometimes, because it just sometimes refines you right, because everyone is going so fast, and the time's always, like, it's always just good to see. But I don't actually care about the name. It's always just the time. So, but it's kind of hard to like dislike anyone. Everyone's sound out.
Yeah,
so
and
like,
you're racing the track, ain't you? It's
yeah,
not like
you
motocross,
can't,
really, is
it's
it?
just, like, I think everyone is the same. Like, obviously, I think it'd make it more interesting for the racing, but there's just no reason to dislike anyone. Everyone's sound out, and you're great mates with everyone. And plus, I feel like this sport, if you're going to be cocky and like that, like some of the motocross boys, you're just going to get injured or something. Like, you get injured, so you get humbled so much by a bicycle. It's pretty mad. So, it's more just, I just look at the time, like, obviously, and then you're stoked for like your close mates to see how they do. And then, it's always nice to still beat them though.
Sure.
Yeah, you definitely still never want someone to beat you.
That's
So
right.
I want the boys to do well. As long as I'm there above them, that's the thing.
We were talking about it earlier, and Rob, you were saying for Red Bull Hardline BC that it's Ronan, Jackson, and Asa that have all won.
Both.
Okay, yeah.
Both
Yeah.
won Tassie, both from Wales.
Yeah.
So this is the tiebreaker.
Yeah, and it's
And you won both Red Bull Hardlines in 24, right?
Yeah, 24.
You're the only dude to win them both in 1 year still.
Yeah, so it'd be nice. Yeah, BC should be pretty sick. I think that should be, and the end of the
How does
season.
Yeah.
you've won 2 World Cups?
Yeah,
How does a World Cup win for you compared to a Red Bull Hardline win?
it's like obviously
I feel like
hardline.
Hardline absolutely suits your
Yeah,
kind of
like
style.
hardline definitely more because of the track. I suppose is just
You thrive on
it's
those
just
tracks,
it's
right?
just a proper track, and like World Cup tracks are great and all, but hardline is just definitely a bit more of a track. But then World Cups, you've got everyone there. So
Yeah.
and that's the thing. You can just say you're the best in the world
Yeah.
after it, which
It's
is,
unarguable.
that's the one thing. Like you've got Loic, you've got Amory, you've got like all those top dogs there. So just need to get them to hardline, and then that discussion can end. So, but it'd be
You'd
great.
love him to come up.
I remember
That would be like the dream, right?
it
Come
just-
over to my party.
Yeah, even, like it'd just be so nice if they just came, but
They won't come.
I know, trying to, but I remember seeing, I think it was Loic or Finn was on the results sheet for Tassie 1 year. I was just like, thank God. Like, but it's just great for the racing. I
Yeah.
think it's just, and even with Asa and Jackson there, it's like
Yeah.
Jackson winning the overall for previously, like, and then obviously Asa's like Big Donny. So like it's sick. Like, and then but also having Luca and Troy, I thought
That was cool.
I mean,
super good having.
Not everyone's there, but a lot of the world's.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, I mean,
it is like
yeah.
you are beating the world's best.
Yeah,
aren't you?
like now-
Jackson Asa. Like,
Yeah,
do you need
and-
to say more?
Yeah, it was great to see. I think, definitely with Luca and Troy coming was savage as well.
Yeah.
And Charlie Hatton and like
Yeah.
so many top dogs. So there is like top boys there as well. But you just kind of, it'd be nice to have some of those other boys there. But I think BC will be well, BC's last race of the season, so there's no excuses for anyone to be
sure.
going, really, is there? And then,
Are you excited for it?
yeah, that should be sick. Yeah, that should be, it'd be pretty insane.
You know anything about it? What have you heard? Any rumors about the course?
Sure, it could rain, so that'd be nice. Yeah, because even with Tassie this year, when that was gonna rain, it was gonna be savage, but sadly not. But yeah, so a bit of wet hardline would be pretty sick. I think it's been a while since we've had.
The only person on earth up for a wet hardline. The only person, the only dude.
But that'd be cool. So, but yeah, I think it'll be new track. I think
it's exciting, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm sure Dan's got something to. I remember hearing him chat with someone, and he's like, "Yeah, I don't want them to be." Or where was I seeing it? He's like, "I don't want them to be doing full runs till race day or something, something like that." And I was like, "Fuck." That's that'll be interesting. So,
how do you think about riding at Red Bull Hardline? Because it's much different. You have at a World Cup, it's super regimented, maybe that's the right word, and then there, it's kind of open. You guys are testing out features and stuff like that.
So much more laid back, I think, obviously, and then it's just like the crack, like everyone's just chilling and having a good time, like it's just so much more chill. But then I think the racing's definitely now getting more and more proper, I think.
Like you're going
there's
just
more
as fast there, like
there's more people like not making up the numbers, not surviving the course, actually trying to win it, right?
And doing full runs and like
getting there early in the week.
Yeah, well, like previously, I think like my first one, it just seemed so much more chilled back and like like everyone's just there. Yeah, it's just there for like the week. But now everyone's like there. A lot of people are there just to win, which is sick as well because everyone wants to see a show. So it's pretty good. But then also it's nice. I think it's good to have the mix in between. Like you definitely don't want to lose that, like chill vibe, like everyone hanging out, having like good time, and then you want to have that racing. So it's a pretty good mixture, I think we're having. So yeah,
I can't wait for BC.
It's the big highlight of the year at the end of the year. It's going to be unreal.
Last race is it's perfect time as well, so it should be sick. Yeah, just looking forward to seeing the feet track, really, see what they have planned. So I think.
Do you miss being like a little bit under the radar, I guess, like the expectations?
Yeah, I think it's nice. Well, definitely for sure. It's always. Yeah, kind
of the underdog, like underestimate.
Yeah,
I feel you used to be underestimated so much.
Yeah,
true.
Like
it's always fast.
It's nearly nice to be underestimated because, like, well, if you do a great result, everyone's like, "Whoa!" But like now, it's like if you don't get top 5, everyone's like, "Well, what happened to you?" Like you're just like, but like but then also I like it on side point from the sponsors. Like, right, they're expecting me to deliver a win or deliver a podium. Like, let's give it to them instead of like, if you're not, then you're not. It's good. I definitely beat myself up quite a lot if you don't get the result. Like I've definitely, because I feel like I just hype myself up so much to get like a top result. When you don't, it's pretty devastating.
That shit does it.
Yeah,
takes a few days to get over it.
Definitely the day you're just fuming. Like I remember at Mont Saint Anne, I was just like devastated. I've like never been so kind of fuming about just a result, but just because I like knew I could do well. The run was going amazing. Like. Yeah, and then obviously just a mechanical, but like it's still, and it's a mechanical, but it's probably my fault. Like it's mechanical, so it just happens. So you're just like and in the last race,
you ain't bringing it back.
And so it's just, and then since I've like the whole week, but then also the whole 3 hours before the run, I've just literally been mentally preparing to like win nearly, and then when you don't, it's just like the end of the world. But then after like a day or so, you can get on with it, really.
I think one of the moments that people know you by most is I think it was at another Red Bull athlete performance camp, you and Jackson, and you crash and you like get up and you have this line.
Yeah. I think it was like, "You don't know me, son."
And then it's like David Goggins.
Yeah, I know. It's like, I remember I took a video of Jackson on that exact section and he ripped it. And I was like, right, I'm going to show this little, show him how it's done. And then obviously I flattened myself on top of the berm. And like, you never want to crash and then just sit there and like everyone's like, "Oh, you okay?" Or it's like, all right, might as well do something. And I got great views from it, so I was stoked. And then kind of not forgot about it, and then minced myself somewhere else. I was like, right, if you're gonna crash, you've got your crash video, but you may as well get something else out of it. And then I think I flattened myself in qualies in Mont Saint Anne once, and I was like in front of a crowd, and everyone's like, "Oh, you all right?" And I was like, "Oh, fuck. I hate being on like the ground, like
Yeah, sure.
helpless." So I was like, right, got up and said it as well, and got everyone pretty fired up. So it's like, yeah, it's just when you're there dying or like on the ground, it's cool to get up and kind of show your grand, really.
Is that how you want people to know you?
Yeah, I'd like to think so. Just like, like I was liked when people kind of can see you as like a wild man and kind of like loose. But then also I like the way people see me now as like a consistent racer and someone who really puts in the work and like kind of the two sides, like proper racer, but then also like just someone who's just enjoying riding their bike. So it's kind of mix of both. It's nice. So I'm trying to balance them both, trying to get loose and have the odd cool crash here and there, but then also there to win races and put in proper work and train for it. So, yeah.
Maybe the last little question is, how do you think about this next generation? Like you have the Allrans, you've got Clark, you got Asa.
Pretty savage. Like it's, it's good racing as well. Like definitely see, I suppose Asa winning Korea was savage. I actually didn't watch the race to be fair, but.
Why? 'Cause you couldn't or you didn't want to? Or?
I don't account. Watch the highlights. I didn't. Plus, I even watched.
Oh, it wasn't because you couldn't watch it because you were at home and couldn't.
No, I also
literally couldn't watch it.
Also, I'd just be fuming as well. Like just watching everyone have a great time was killing me.
It's annoying, mate. The white,
Yeah. FOMO.
My God.
Seeing everyone smile.
Yeah.
I haven't watched one in 4 years.
Yeah. I thought, but no, like that race looked sick as well. But yeah. That was pretty savage to see Ace did like. But then also you see Amory as well and Loic, which was nearly I thought was the most impressive
still
thing.
Insane,
like
I thought so too.
Yeah, like the speed is so much higher now. And like they're just keep bang like Amory probably maybe could have won as well.
Yeah.
Like so and the speed's just and then obviously Luca winning last week, like and Benoit. Like so they're there, but they're still not. And then like I'd like to think I'm kind of like in between. Like I'm not like a first year elite, but like I'm still quite new to it, so I'm just kind of like happy in the middle. Like so it's pretty nice being where I am. But like it's it's just crazy to see those boys are still continuing to like back it up, and they're not like just going faster and faster. And then also the young lads are coming in just fast. So yeah.
Do you think you'll come back at the same level you left? I mean, that is more time away. Another big injury, but they don't seem to phase you one bit.
No, I don't really have much of a doubt, to be fair. Like it is an injury, but like it's not the end of the world. It's just like a little holiday, to be fair. Like it sucks, but like
your approach is insane.
But also like if I was there if I was there sulking, like that's not gonna help anyone.
No,
and
that's
then,
right. It's
yeah,
done.
like it's
Get
not
on with
like
it.
and then since I actually didn't crash, like there's really nothing to be like I can't really hop on the bike and have little traumatic flashbacks because
no, that's right.
Like it's
one of them.
It's just like a stick snapped in the distance. Yes. That's all that happened. The tree,
Ronan, we were talking about this. Like, what do? You talk about holiday. Like, what do you do now that you can't ride your bike? Like, what do you get up to?
Not much. I was kind of at home. Where like I'm renovating an old farmhouse for my house. So I've been doing bits on that, just bits of my car. Not much, to be fair, going to the gym. I still riding the e-bike every day.
Sure.
So just dreaming about the bike.
You don't freak out.
Yeah. Well, you're like I have nothing to do. I'm just like fuck. But now I'm back in the Alps, so I have like my car here. The roads are nice. That's kind of, that's nice.
Baby.
But yeah, I don't know. I'll probably go for a road ride and stuff. And then obviously at the APC is pretty nice because it feels like you're being an athlete. But the first 2 weeks were because I wasn't actually able to like get up and do it. That was pure torture. That was like,
no fun, mate. It's gnarly what you've been through as well. It is, but you do. It doesn't affect you.
It's a sport. Like it's happened to every rider.
Yeah.
Like, and then also like as I was saying, like next season, if Steve, I don't know, touch wood, but I don't think that's even real wood. I'll go touch a tree there. But like, there we go. But yeah, like touch wood. Next
it's important.
Like next season, if I come into the season the way I've been planning for the past 3 years, and the way my training's kind of been going, if I get to come into the first race like the way I know I can, then I think it'll be a very easy season because it's the past two have been pretty tough.
Will your approach to next season change a bit? Will you do less runs, try and keep the injury risk down, or will it just be the same?
If even more, like because. But even if I was saying like you may as well ride flat out even more because like you can get injured.
We've got our answer.
You can get injured going slow.
Totally.
Yeah, well it's true.
And it was quite. And then also I knew in the back of my mind like the way Mont Saint Anne did last year. Like I came into the off season potentially being one of the fastest. And yes, it's always nice to know in like the back of your head, kind of like, even though I'm injured, like I can still it's still riding, I suppose. But then, yeah, we have that summer break in the middle, which is pretty good. So you should start riding around the start of that and then use that as like training block and then come into Leger, hopefully swinging. So
You will. We know it.
It's been so cool to talk to you. Like, I feel like I've been such a big fan, like all of the phases.
Yeah, that's true,
like,
mate. We love watching you ride. And
it's good to have you in the sport. Like you do such
we're here
incredible.
Here to put on a show, I suppose. So
yeah,
you bring a lot to the sport. Yeah, it's rad to have characters like you in it. Yeah.
Well,
thank you.
We look forward to having you back.
Good luck, mate.
Boys.
Good luck.
Thank you. Sweet. Cheers.
Rob, I've gotten to know Ronan over the last couple of years, and what he said, at the end about him wanting to be known as like this wild man, but also somebody that works hard. I think that to me, like, really comes across because he is like so dialed now. Like he is so good on the bike. He's so precise, like just so good. But then he's wild.
I don't think you're ever going to take the wild man out, Ronan. No. I don't think we want to try, do we? And as he said, he's trying. Like, he doesn't want to be getting hurt. The wild man days, like you said, they are behind him a bit, and he was unlucky to break his leg like that. You can put your foot down.
Totally. Could have happened to any of us.
Yeah, any time, really. So it's the mad thing I take from him, really, is like, just his mad attitude towards those injuries. Like they're just like, I don't know, like a spot on my nose to him. You know what I mean? Like absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
And if he can continue like with that attitude and just not letting it phase him, then he's going to keep coming back going fast. But, he doesn't want to be, we don't want him to be missing chunks of seasons like this. So, but that said, he definitely said he won't be changing his approach. So I don't know where we are really.
Well, I for one am glad that he's not changing his approach.
Yeah,
because
me too.
I
love
love
him, right?
watching.
We adore him for what he is.
Yeah, totally. Well, we hope you guys enjoyed it. Make sure you like, subscribe, follow us everywhere that you follow audio things, video things, and podcast things.
Podcast things, yeah. Yep. That's what this is, apparently.
That is what this is.
Yeah, brilliant.
And we'll see you next time we do one of these podcast things.
Thank you. See you next time on a podcast thing.